All right, on to the 8th on the programme, which is the second last. Then it's Happy Valley. It's a Class 3 up to the 1,800 metres as well for the second last. Headed by World Famous. We haven't seen him since he trailed the field in the Derby behind Golden 60. Good Omen replaces Sankon Sank. We've got a Claim Light as the last start winner here of the 1650. Vinci runner-up over the 2,200 metres, drops in class. Above is a winner over this trip at Sha-Tin. That was a win 2 starts back for him as well. Blastoise is a winner over this course and distance. Red Elise off a run behind a Claim Light last time out, and that a Beauty Happy from barrier 7 for Wagner Borges. He likes to roll forward. He certainly did last time out. Stimulation Above. Mark are the 2 horses that have been on the road up to Chung Far and back in the last 30 days.
And the speed map for the 1800, good to slow the tempo with Beauty Happy to lead, World Famous to trail him, but he can lead himself, World Famous. Above going forward, Blastoise and Red Elise. Divine Unicorn's having no luck. If the speed map is right, he might have to go 3 wide the trip again. A Claim Light, Golden Spectrum to his inside, and we go back to Stimulation and Dynamic Eagle as the last pair.
The first one here is World Famous. Now, he's coming into this race fresh after running last in the Derby. He was obviously outclassed in the Derby. This will be a lot easier for him. And he's got barrier number 2, so his work's been pretty good. He's put on 18 pounds since that, so he's done pretty well. Blastoise should get a nice run, and he's a very honest horse. He's been working well all season. And Antoine Hamlin aboard, 2 even sectionals from a low draw. Gives him a big chance in this race as well.
All right, let's start off with the winning run of a Claim Light last time out with Golden Spectre. Not a bad run from him in actual fact, Red Elise and Divine Unicorn, but he's as honest as the day is long, Mark, Claim Light.
He is. Neil Cullen's got a very good record on the horse. This was his 4th win at his 12th ride on him. Golden Spectrum, he kept on well enough, but he did follow the winner into the race. Sankon Sent's been scratched. He's flying home. Red Elise only fair, and Divine Unicorn, Paul, out of this race, went 3 wide the trip, so he was dropping off a fair way up.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to get a similar trip, unfortunately, for him. It was a good win from a Claim Light, just whether he can put 2 together.
All right, so next up for us is Vinci, Above, Stimulation and Beauty Happy. Above's been very consistent. Vinci still yet to win, Paul, after 18 starts, but 4 runner-up spots. Yeah,
I've sort of given up on Vinci. I know he's changed stables, and the second behind Happy Sebring here wasn't a bad run. It was a funny race, this one. They went really fast. Above just sort of got tired late. I'm going to stick with Above, though. I think he's a young star coming through the grades.
He took off down the back in this race, Above, and went very hard. That run's flattered Vinci. It was set up for something that had done no work to run into the top 2, and Golden Spectrum and Vinci were those 2 horses.
All right, Blastoise. Now, he's a course and distance winner, but we're looking at him this time, Mark, at Sha-Tin, over the trip with Vinci and Beauty Happy this time.
He gets in really nicely on Wednesday night, does Blastoise. He's coming off that second in this race behind Ensemble. Actually followed Ensemble in this race too, and couldn't quite run him down, but he had every chance to do so. Ensemble was well supported and broke through for this win. Beauty Happy's dropping off after a trip, and that's more Vinci, unfortunately for Vinci followers. Paul, he didn't have the race run to suit, and he's just plodded into about midfield.
Yeah, exactly. I thought, as I said, Blastoise I think is a very honest horse, so he's a hard horse to leave out, and I haven't.
All right, final horse to look at then is World Famous. If you excuse him, his run in the Derby. The form would look pretty solid outside of that. He'd run behind Blastoise the start before, but back at the trials, Paul? Yeah,
look, this is going to be a lot easier, isn't it, for him coming to this race. I thought the trial was pretty good. He just sort of knocked up late, but this is exactly what he needed. And he wasn't pushed out in this trial either. So I'm going to go with World Famous because I think there is a little bit of class about him.
He's had a couple of trials. He also won one at Happy Valley. He was hard ridden when the horses came up inside and outside of him at Happy Valley, and he kicked back to win that trial. The other thing out of that one we just saw, Perfect to Play, who runs 4th in it, was a winner last Saturday.
He did indeed. All right, so he's on top for you then, World Famous. Paul, who chased him home?
Blastoise. I'm going to put Blastoise in there for second. I think he's a very honest horse. So he's in there second. Above's a young star coming through the grades. And I put a Claim Light in there for 4th. I don't know if he can do it 2 in a row, but he's honest as the day's long, as you guys said earlier on. 1, 8, 7 and 4.
Same Quinilla as Paul, just the other way around. Put Blastoise on top of World Famous. There's a big pull in the weights for Blastoise. 121 pounds, plays 133 pounds. That's the reason it's 8 to beat 1. Antoine Hamlin rides for David Ferraris. Good draw, barrier number 3. A Claim Light, really good last time. Goes up £5 for the win. Neil Cullen stays on board. I threw Dynamic Eagle in at some odds to round out the top 4. Only having his 3rd run back since May 2019. He was a length and a half behind Delightful Lao, so don't be put off too much by the 7 next to his name. 8, 1, 4 and 11.
8 for me as well. Blastoise goes on top. I think World Famous you've got to include, but my Quinella horse there is Golden Spectrum. That was a good run behind a claim light last time out. Right, that's race number 8. One more race to go then. Race number 9 plus all the best bets. That comes up next.